It's the penultimate race of the DeWalt Cup Series season with short track racing from the 5/8 mile North Wilkesboro Speedway. Matt Tuck and Chris Jericho are separated by just 6 points, but Jericho starts 6 positions higher than the points leader today. Each of the 80 laps in the Bojangles 400 today will be crucial towards the championship, and we'll see how the championship contenders deal with short track racing next on JRTV. Welcome everyone to the 31st race of the 2025 DeWalt Cup Series season. The championship battle oh so close between the top two, and a driver close enough in third that if the front two in points don't have a good night tonight, she can pounce and make it a 3-driver race for the championship come the finale next week at the Fontana Speedway. I'm Joe Rakowski, Trey Bartle joining me alongside in the booth, and Trey, our final short track race of the season. But as of late on the short tracks, Chris Jericho, second in points, 6 points back, has been just that little bit better than points leader Matt Tuck on the short tracks. Jericho has 2 wins on short tracks this season, Bristol and Martinsville, towards the summer of the season. So what do you think we'll see today? Jericho starts higher, Tuck starts outside the top 10. Will they come together, or will those positions between them stay throughout the race?
Yeah, so Jericho only has 4 cars he's got to pass to get to the lead, while Tuck has 10 cars, I believe that is, right? So Tuck definitely has a lot on his plate today here, and it'll be interesting to see if he can do it. We know that that car can go through the field as he's done it so many times, but the big question that we know from that team, Joe, we've seen it so many times as well this season, is if we come to the pit stops, what's going to happen? But, that's for later in the race. But right now, we're just going to focus on these two throughout the first half of this race. And I think if they get anywhere near each other, they're not going to give each other a centimeter, let alone an inch.
It's good they bring up pit stops because this is another racetrack, very high tire wear, very high tire degradation. We'll see about 2 seconds fall off over the course of a full fuel run. We'll see how that plays into it, and if, as you mentioned, if that strategy starts to go lopsided for the Vision Motorsports team of Bryce Egan, Matt Tuck, Max Davis, or if they decide to do something different. Now, this is a place where staying out longer doing the overcut could work, because you could get a caution flag, trap people a lap or 2 down, because this is a short track. Merge points are very, very weird at this place, so we'll just have to see how it plays out, and as you mentioned, we'll focus on the pit stop strategy once we get towards the middle portion of this race. We look at the points entering into the final 2 races on the screen now. Matt took 6 points up on Chris Jericho, 21 points up on Laura Chung. Maybe a little bit confusing because after the race we saw Jericho was 4 points behind and Chung was 19 points behind. There's a little bit of a mishap in terms of scoring, but it's fixed now, and it's 6 points between the top 2. 21 points separate the top 3. You have Stapleton, Egan, and Max Davis. They're all within 50 points of the points leader. Why that's so important is that after tonight's race, if you are within 50 points of the championship points leader, whoever it may be, you still have a mathematical shot at Fontana. Now, that also assumes that you then win pole, because pole takes 3 points. So we'll have to see how that plays out, and if some others could stay close enough that they could maybe have a shot. Now, if you don't win pole at Fontana, then you have to be within 47 points of the points leader. So, Trey, there's a still mathematical possibility for drivers behind the top 3, but would you say realistically it's just a 3-driver race for the championship now between Tuck, Jericho, and Chung?
Yeah, I think realistically it's a three-car race, but Joe, I think we've seen crazier stuff happen within the last couple of races in the season, and these 3 could definitely have some mishap happen today, and it could close it up to a lot more people. But with how dominant that these teams are and these drivers and cars are, I find it hard to believe that something like that could happen, but I've been proven wrong.
And chaos could happen, right? There is a realm of possibility where the top 3 have a bad night tonight, whether it be, a caution comes out the wrong time, bad pit strategy, or just a crash that wasn't any of their doing. Stuff, these races are still unpredictable, even though we've seen 3 teams dominate throughout the season. These races can still be unpredictable at times, and depending on what happens throughout them, it could change the narrative of how this championship will be perceived heading into the final race of the season. Before we get the green flag, I want to quickly bring up some non-chasers or chasers that have not done well throughout these final 8 races and how they're starting well here tonight. Eli Bright from Me Motorsports put his car in 4th place to start. We'll see if he can find a way down to the bottom in a quick manner and try and get himself a good finish here tonight at the short track in North Wilkesboro. Philip Torres, the only Otter Island car not to win this season, but he put all 3 of them in the top 3 rows, as Torres will start in 6th here tonight. Gabe Willard for Southern Cross Racing is currently second to last in the chase points, currently 11th. Meanwhile, though, his two teammates are starting very poorly here tonight. Willard starts in 7th, so a good qualifying result for that Southern Cross driver. Keegan Thompson starts in 9th, a driver who just narrowly missed out on making it into the chase, and we'll look for his first victory of the season here tonight. And Roberto Crown Jr. got that win at Riverside a few races ago. He's been one of the best drivers once the chase started. Unfortunately, he didn't make the chase, but he starts in 10th here tonight. Even Matthew Burnett for another meme car starts in 12th. Jack Haas, who's had a miserable chase, starts in 14th, so a good qualifying results for them. Justin Zidell also inside the top 15. So there are some non-chasers and just chasers that have not had great chases that are starting well here tonight. We'll see how they can perform throughout the 80 laps here in the Bojangles 400 at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Let's move on to our picks to win. And Trey, it has tightened up. I have 3 wins on the season. You have 4, and our averages are basically 0.7 apart. We're both under a 10th place average finish this season. So we've both done very, very well. So as the Gatorade starting grid rolls along the left side of the screen, Trey, you get to go first, and gonna have to make this a good one because it's oh so close. Every position matters. Who are you taking to win here tonight at North Wilkesboro?
I'm going with someone I picked in the past, Joe. You mentioned him in the pre-race, and he's pretty good at these short track type races. You know what I'm saying? He's also second place in points. It's going to be starting P. He's at P5? Yeah, that's right. I'm counting my cars right. I'm going with the 54 of Chris Jericho. I trusted him once before. He delivered. I'm going to trust him again.
That's a good pick, as mentioned. He's won on 2 short tracks earlier this season at Bristol and Martinsville. I'm going to take the driver right in front of you, Laura Chung. She enters 21 points back of the championship. She's kind of in a scenario where she has to go for broke here tonight. She needs to get the win to get every point she can over Matt Tuck and Chris Jericho, and I think she's going to be aggressive, and she's going to get Outer Island yet another victory this season and keep herself in the championship fight by getting the win from 3rd place starting grid here tonight at North Wilkesboro. So there go the 42 cars rolling off the front stretch. We'll come around and take the green flag very, very quickly. And let's quickly look to our DeWalt track facts here tonight. The North Wilkesboro Speedway is just over half mile in length. That's 5/8 of a mile. 80 lap race. Field window about 50 laps. So we'll see if the overcut or the undercut works. Will we get cautions to break up the racing throughout? We'll just find out. But at the front of it all is Brian Rodriguez, a man who's qualified very well in short tracks this season. We'll see if he can get his 3rd victory of the season. He also won a short track at Vancouver in the middle portion of this season. The green flag is waving in the wind. We're underway in the Bojangles 400 at North Wilkesboro. And what a jump for Stapleton to get down in line. He leads in turns 1 and 2.
That's, wasn't expecting that to work.
No, normally the outside, you don't want to be there to start, but Nathan got the jump. He beat Rodriguez to the line, which isn't illegal. It is a legal move. And you can see back there, they're looking 3 wide. Eli Bright's falling back on the outside. Torres was trying to get down in line. Gabe Willard's getting swallowed whole. Bryce Inga to the outside. Keegan Thompson to the inside. And Trey right behind this is a driver very nervous. Matt Tuck, the point leader, cannot be involved in anything. He's going 3 wide, nearly 4 wide through turns 3 and 4.
Joe, I don't know if 3 wide's going to work out too well. And Tuck's got to be careful because he's got a lot on the line. Oh, my goodness. They're almost wrecking in the back. I think that was Levi Shones. I couldn't tell, but Joe, he's still on the bottom 3 wide with his teammate being on top of that. I don't know if I like this situation for him.
It's a Vision Motorsports sandwich right now. Matt Tuck needs to get out of it. He can't stay in this mess. He will get out of it, so he's clear of the 3 wide. Still 3 wide further back. As you mentioned, there are drivers going all sorts of crook because there's very little grip out here. You try and get off the corner hard, you spin the rear wheels, and you get very loose off of these corners. There's still 3 wide. Meanwhile, at the front, Chung's gone up to 2nd as a caution flag is out. Jericho's up to 3rd. Jacob Miller has crashed, along with maybe some others. It looks like it was a pretty simple accident, all things considered. So, I think that's Riley Spurley-Tube, a chaser on pit road. I don't see much damage on that 28, so I wonder if he had a mechanical issue or if it was just, something else. But caution flag is out, so now we get to regroup on the 5th lap. Laura Chung's up to 2nd. Nathan Stipton starts 2nd, got the lead on the 1st lap, hasn't looked back. And at the moment, Trey, 5 cars between Chris Jericho and Matt Tuck, so they would enter 1 point apart if it were to end like this going into Fontana. But still a lot of time left, right?
Oh, yeah, plenty of time. Well, you know what? It's too early to call it.
Yep, and everyone back here getting their positions back. No one is coming down the pit lane. They've only gone about 5 green flag laps, so everyone will stay out on the racetrack, and we'll check out what happened. A chaser, Riley Spurley-Tube, fighting for every points position he can. But he's on pit road early with apparent issues on the 28, brings out the first caution flag of the night here at North Wilkesboro.
All right, down the front stretch here, we saw Spurley-Tube was on pit road, and we're going to see why here in just about a second. It's just blew it, Joe. You got to wonder if maybe it was an engine expiring or if they're shifting here. I'm not actually quite sure if they are or not. So, but either way, a lot of black smoke. You don't like to see that, and not done yet because watch his 95. He's just going to end up running into the back of him here, and those two are going to go for a spin. Great miss there by, I believe that was Cox, and very, very nicely done. But yeah, unfortunately, expired engine for Spurley too, as you mentioned, a chase driver, and the 95 just had absolutely nowhere to go.
And another look coming off 4, and just a very strange scenario to blow an engine this early in the race. We're only on, we've only done 4 green flag laps at that point. Jacob Miller, maybe in some oil, couldn't control the car. Fortunately for Miller, he's able to drive away. Some others made some slight contact. Riley Spirited will be out because of the engine issue. But Miller drives away. No one comes down the pit lane. So we're good to keep going. Nathan Stapleton took off from the outside pole position. He's led every lap so far in the Bojangles 400. But now, teammate Laura Chung, who desperately needs to win to stay in the championship fight, will be right behind for the first restart of the night here at North Wilkesboro. Back here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, ready to take the green flag on the 10th lap of the race. Only one car to the garage and done, and that's Riley Spurley Tube. His engine issue was terminal. And that number 28, Jacob Miller at the back, will be 41st with some right side damage, but I don't know if that'll be too much impactful at a short track like North Wilkesboro. So it's Nathan Stapleton, who's led every lap so far. Laura Chung in second. Chris Jericho, a great jump to get up to third. Rodriguez back to fourth from pole position. Philip Torres inside the top 5. He started 6th. And if Eli Bright, Keegan Thompson, there's Matt Tuck in 8th. Martinelli and Willard are also inside the top 10. Back green at North Wilkesboro. Great jump for the Outer Island cars. Not so great trade for second and points. Chris Jericho maybe spun the tires. He's up the racetrack. And for the lead, here comes Laura Chung on teammate Nathan Stapleton. Doesn't get the grip off the quarter. Has to fall back in behind the 75 for now. But Laura is hunting on her teammate Nathan Stapleton. She wants to get every point possible here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And she can see, or you can see that she has a fast car. She knows she has a fast car. Wow, that's a lot of, that was like a tongue twister, Joe. That was crazy. But don't look too far back because Chris Jericho, Rodriguez, and everyone else is still there in the chase and in the race for this win as well. And, as it's still so early into this run, Joe, we really don't know who has the long pace car, right? I mean, so much could happen here as they are wrecking, maybe? I don't know what that was.
That was close racing right there. Gabe Willard was way up the track with Zidell. Bryce Egan said thank you very much and took advantage and got 2 spots and 1 pass right there. Bryce Egan through, back up inside the top 10 for the driver of the 18 after starting on the outside. Jerry Chen trying to get underneath Angel Gutierrez, got into the gas too hard and slid off the corner. Saves the car, unfortunately for him, but loses some ground to the number 19 up in front as Max Davis on the outside. Gabe Willard on the outside dropping back. Davis gets down between your 2 cars of William Seaman and Matthew Burnett. He's going to try and move back up towards the front of the field. Matt Tuck is getting another spot here from Eli Bright. That is a pass for 7th place. But now he's under fire from Jude Martinelli, who has a great run in that full solid sport car off turn 2. But Matt Tuck gets the grip to get away. So 7th place now. Now he's 4 points, 4 spots behind Chris Jericho. As Philip Torres having a great night. His 2 teammates are up there 1st and 2nd. He wants to make it 1, 2, 4 as he gets by Brian Rodriguez for Toussaint Racing.
Yeah, definitely doing very well here today. We haven't been able to say his name as much as his teammates, but he's definitely making a presence shown as Eli's trying to rip the top. I don't know if that's going to work out too well here, buddy. That's probably not the best thing for your tires either, but we'll have to see if he can get it to work or if maybe he just missed the corner.
I think he just missed that corner there. I think he slid in there and nearly hit the wall. He's fortunate he didn't, as Brian Rodriguez, I thought him starting on pole was going to be a great night for him, but he has continually slipped back, and this has just been the unfortunate part of Rodriguez's chase where nothing has gone his way. Matt Tuck gets another spot up to 6th place right there, so he's moved up five spots from his starting spot. Martinelli getting by Rodriguez, and then Bryce Egan, who's really flying up here in that number 18. He was just outside the top 10 about 5 laps ago on the restart. Now he's up inside the top 10 and looking for some more. Getting by Rodriguez. Here comes Idell to get by Rodriguez as well. So, Trey, this number 62, he started on pole. Normally a great spot at a short track, but now he's back to 10th as Idell gets around him. And I think Eli Bright's going to put him outside the top 10 in just a lap or so. So, I mean, this is unusual struggles for a driver, a team that have been really, really good this season on short tracks. And he started on pole, had the track position, but it's not gone his way so far here tonight.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely struggling. So you would think come pit stops, whenever we get to that stage in the race, that they're going to be making a move one way or another, and it might even be a really big swing, and we'll have to see if it could benefit them to their liking. But right now, Joe, he is going to continue to fall back here as see a line of cars behind him, which is not only going to make it worse as if these guys get stacked up, it's going to invite everyone else who's not in this line to join the conga, I guess.
Yeah, the conga to get around that number 62 is another Tucson car getting past here. It's going to be Matt Tuck moving to the inside and by Keegan Thompson. So Tuck, from his poor starting spot, is now up inside the top 5, already 6 spots gained for the driver of the number 11. Keeping the points close with Chris Jericho at the moment. Laura Chung's not been able to get by her teammate Nathan Stipton, but has stayed about a quarter of a second back this whole entire run so far. So she's doing a decent job keeping the track position, keeping close enough that if Stapleton does have a mistake, she can pounce. Jude Martinelli up to 6th by Keegan Thompson. Bryce Egan will look for 7th by Keegan Thompson. So Egan with a very strong car, might be one of the faster cars on the racetrack at the moment. Zidell currently up inside the top 10 with Eli Bright, and Brian Rodriguez still trying to fight but struggling. Crown Jr. is around to 11th. Burnett through to 12th. Seaman will look for 13th to the inside the 62. Max Davis stuck on the outside. Jack Haas looking for a top 15 as he's in 16th right now, just behind the top 15 side-by-side battle. As further back, Angel Gutierrez with a very solid night up inside the top 20, about where he started, and maintaining that track position. Gabe Willard struggled. Started well on the inside lane, but has fallen back in that number 27 and has not been able to recover. And Max Davis Trey, I think, is getting impatient with Brian Rodriguez and is trying to find a way to get around, but so far he is stuck. He was looking 3 wide middle, and right here he is going to go 3 wide middle. 3 chasers, 3 wide off turn 2. Rodriguez, the one on the outside, Haas on the inside, and Davis will back out again. Jack Haas will get the spot from Davis, and now will get the spot from Rodriguez as well.
Yeah, definitely. This is that short track racing, right? Where just because you're on the bottom doesn't mean it's going to be the best line, and that second line, even though if it's right on, it could really stack a bunch of people up, and someone that can kind of work it, stays with you side by side, you can really get aggravated with how it's going. As the 62 continues to fall backwards here, he's got to be fuming in that car, Joe. He's wondering, right? How do you go from pole down to battling for a top 15 right now?
Yeah, he's 16th now once Max Davis gets around him, and more are on the way. I mean, he has not been able to get to the bottom lane since he got put up top. Here comes Gutierrez. Here comes Willard. Here comes Chen. Jared Chen started this race back outside the top 25, and Rodriguez is nearly to him. So they've come together. Rodriguez finally gets down in line, but the damage has been done back to 16th place for the driver of the 62. There's Chen up inside the top 20. Once again, started outside the top 25. Galway Automotive having a struggling night besides Jack Haas. Levi Schultz is 22nd. DeLello 23rd. Nathan Strickland moving up. He started outside the top 30 here tonight. And we look back through. Johnny Cox just missed that crash. He's moving up inside the top 30 by Joshua Cox. Jacob Miller's moved up. Remember, he restarted 41st with that damage. He's up to 36, so the damage not affecting him at all. And Tegan Fox, Joe Hendry, Robert Ashford, and Drew Webb. And then look at this. The Lears have already caught Trey. The back of the field. Chris Kozlowski getting put a lap in the rears by Nathan Stapleton and Laura Chung. They both move around in a clean manner. But that's allowed Laura to get right to the bumper of Nathan Stapleton. But once again, not enough speed to make the move, as Philip Torres being caught by Matt Tuck for 4th place. Chris Jericho kind of by himself in 3rd, as Laura Chung again looks low for the lead. Stapleton holds her off for now.
So how friendly do teammates play with each other in lap traffic, Joe?
Well, I mean, Laura Chung, she needs every point, right? And she has to, at some point, maybe get aggressive with her teammate if Nathan doesn't start to get a move on, and Laura thinks she's faster. But there goes Stapleton to the inside. Will get a lap on Drew Webb. So moves around the 45. Now Laura Chung will do the same. Chris Jericho about to catch up to lap traffic. Philip Torres under fire from Matt Tuck. Chung slides sideways off the corner. Loses some ground there. Stapleton now gets to the inside of Robert Ashford to put him one lap in the rears. And yeah, I think she pushed Drew Webb up. I don't know if she was happy with the 45 right there.
Well, okay. So if you're Laura Chung here, you can't be too aggressive with it, right?
Chris Jericho! Chris Jericho's broke!
Oh, no.
2nd in the points. Has an issue through turns 3 and 4. And he might not make it back around. This might bring out a caution, and the 54 championship chances may be done.
That's not good. Oh my goodness, what are we doing?
Oh man. He was running 3rd all by himself.
Too late to switch my pick?
I think it may be, yeah. And with oh boy, 47 laps to go. This is about the fuel window. So you would think that everyone will come down here, get service. And if it goes green from here, they'll have a long way to go. But they probably can make it about 47 laps from here. Then they'll have some caution laps to save some fuel as well. So if this thing stays green, it'll be a long run to the checkered flag. And we'll have to see who has the car for that. Nathan Stapleton's led every lap so far from second place starting spot. And Trey, for Matt Tuck, this has gotten very, very good for him because, remember, Laura Chung was 21 points back entering the night. Chris Jericho was only 6, but Jericho's going to lose a lot if that car is not repairable. And Laura Chung's not gaining so much at the moment. And, I mean, if we don't have, we're not going to have any green flag pit stops, the overcut-undercut thing isn't going to happen for Vision Motorsports here tonight.
Yeah, this just got a lot more interesting on how everything's going to unfold here. As you can see, Tuck had a very quick stop there. Philip Torres is going to get out in front of him, though. Laura Chung's out. Nathan Stapleton's already out, so I don't see too much change here happening on pit road.
Otter Island 1, 2, 3 now as they leave pit road because of all that.
Well, you just put up a blocker with Torres, and they'll be good. Oh, Rodriguez is not having a good stop at all.
No, it's just gone from bad to worse for Ryan
He's
Rodriguez.
Still on pit road.
There's Jacob Miller. These guys might actually fall a lap down here.
Oh, he's off pit road now.
I think some of them fell a lap down, and we'll have to see where they come out. And, yeah, it looks like these guys took long on pit road. Joshua Cox, Jacob Miller, they'll be a lap down. Now, the top two have some distance, it looks like, between themselves in third place. Philip Torres, Matt Tuck in fourth, and Chris Jericho is out. He'll finish 41st, and it may just end his championship chances here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Let's go check out what happened. Caution flag is out. Chris Jericho, second in the point standings with a mechanical issue here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. What a change in the championship. Jericho running in third place all by himself just breaks. It was suspension issues. So his suspension breaks on the 54. They can't repair it. He's out. He'll finish 41st here tonight. Matt Tuck runs inside the top 5. As Jericho comes to a stop on the racetrack, the caution flag had to fly. He's in the middle of the racing groove, and Matt Tuck obviously went by, saw what happened, probably knows now at the moment that Jericho is out of the race and will not be gaining many points. And now Matt Tuck has to just survive the night. Obviously, Laura Chung is still close enough in the points that if she finishes in front of Matt Tuck, she will have a shot at the championship, and who knows, she could win this race. Matt Tuck could fall back a few positions, but it's looking good for Matt Tuck at the moment. He rides in fourth place. Nathan Stapleton's led every lap so far. He'll continue to lead as we go back to the green flag in the Bojangles 400 here at North Wilkesboro. Coming back to the green flag on the 39th lap here at North Wilkesboro. Nathan Stapleton continues to lead. He's led every lap so far in this race. Jericho is out. He'll finish 41st officially here tonight. That's 2 points gained. And the only way he can really stay in this championship fight at the moment is if Matt Tuck has issues of his own, which we've seen 2 chasers have issues. Sprayer 2 blew up. Jericho broke a suspension. So things are still possible. The front two have a buffer. It's Stapleton Chung, 2 lap cars, then their other teammate Philip Torres. Matt Tuck is 4th, Martinelli 5th, Bryce Egan 6th, Zidell 7th, Thompson 8th, Crown 9th, Eli Bright is 10th. Back green at North Wilkesboro. Great jump for the front two. Torres will already look to get around the damaged Jacob Miller car. For the lead, here comes Laura Chung to the inside of Stapleton, trying to get a lap-led bonus point here as they come off turn 2. Up the backstretch, side by side between teammates for the lead. And Laura Chung is going to get it through turns 3 and 4 using the bottom of the racetrack. Chung and Stapleton still side by side, but Laura leads her first lap. Contact between Martinelli and Egan. They save their cars. Battle for 5th is on as Laura Chung is clear of Stapleton. She gets out in front. Now she'll try and pull away from her teammate.
All right, if you're Matt Tuck here, you got to get past their third teammate, which is doing right now. Get past the 2 lappers, which speed-wise should be relatively easy. And now you got to go chase down the 75 and the 79, which is a tall task. But we'll have to see if he has the car underneath him here, Joe, as everyone now has fresh tires and a fresh fuel and adjustments made to their cars. So we're going to really see here who has the stuff to win this.
Something to think about with Laura Chung. She made that pass right there before halfway. If she can lead every lap right to the checker flag, she'll get an additional bonus point for the most laps led over her teammate Nathan Stapleton, but she has to lead every single lap pretty much from here on out. This car, Trey, is flying. Bryce Egan has moved up. Remember, he started on the outside, dropped back outside the top 10, quickly moved up, and now here he is trying to get around his teammate Matt Tuck for third place. I think if he gets up here, ooh, he's sideways off turn number 4.
Get into each other.
Oh, and you can't wreck a teammate that's in the championship lead by a good bit, but if he can get around his teammate Matt Tuck, I think he has a shot to get to the outer island cars and have a say in who wins this race. But that little slide right there maybe cost him some tire life. He drops back a little bit trying to cool his stuff off, and now he's into the clutches of Philip Torres in the 77. Great run through the field for Zidell up to 6th. Thompson 7th, Bright 8th, Martinelli back to 9th, and William Seaman through to 10th by Roberto Crown Jr. And here comes your other car, Matthew Burnett. That's for 11th. So Trey, Me Motorsports having a very good night so far. Eli up inside the top 10, Seaman up inside the top 10, and now Burnett just outside the top 10 by a position.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, Joe, in the last handful of races, but we figured something out. It just might be too late as they are almost wrecking in the back again. But these guys are finally hitting their stride with 3 races to go.
Well, I guess better late than never. Good momentum for 2026. Look at DeLello. 3 wide send on Jerry Chen and Max Davis using the 36 and 16 up. They move aside, and DeLello's through on them. Great battle up here. Eli Brent looking to go 3 wide on Keegan Thompson and Justin Zidell for 6th place. He'll make the big move. He dove to the inside, got a great arc into the corner. Now he's inside of Thompson and Zidell. The 38 backs out on the outside. Davis looking to go 3 wide again back there. Martinelli looking 3 wide on Eli Bright. Tucks through the lap traffic. So is Bryce Egan. DeLello fends off Max Davis for now. But now Jude Martinelli wants to go 3 wide on Bright and Thompson. There he goes for 6th place. What a great battle here between these 3 or 4 drivers up the backstretch. Martinelli dives it to the inside of Eli Bright. Makes some contact with the 88. Shows him up the racetrack.
I don't know if Eli's going to take too kindly to that.
That was aggressive, wasn't it? Very aggressive.
Oh, there's still 3
gosh. What a battle.
Figured it out now.
And Eli
this is insane.
He'll only lose that one spot. It looks like should be able to tuck down between Martinelli and Zidell and Will. Gets a good arc into the corner. Martinelli was a little bit shallow into the corner. I thought Eli would have a shot to him, but couldn't quite get there. As now Zidell and Thompson battle for 8th and 9th. Seaman and 10th will look to make it 3 wide again on these 2 drivers. What is it with the meme cars going 3 wide on Zidell and Thompson? I don't know, but it's creating some aggressive, great racing. Seaman backs out for now. As Zidell goes up the track, though, looks to go 3 wide again. Thinks better of it. Meanwhile, Torres gets around lap traffic, and Bryce Egan trying to get by his teammate Matt Tuck for 3rd place. At the front, Laura Triggs pulled away 6/10 up on teammate Nathan Stimpton. She's all by herself right now, trying to get every point she can towards this championship fight. Seaman still not done with the EK, trying to prize his cars. Crown Jr. tried to get around the outside of him, couldn't do it. And Zachary DeLello making great progress. Trade through the field, was outside the top 20 not that long ago. Now he's up to 11th, getting by RCJ.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this all develops as they're still looking 3 wide in yet another situation, Joe. This is, for a short track and 3 wide, it's working out a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah, there's been some contact, but there's not been any full-blown incident that has happened because of this 3 wide, and everyone doing a very, very good job. DeLello through to 11th by Roberto Crown Jr. Here comes Max Davis looking down to the bottom, but couldn't get it done. Jerry Chen trying to move up inside the top 10. He's up inside the top 15 for the first time tonight. Behind them, Anthony Hernandez having a good run for Atlanta Motorsports. So is Angel Gutierrez, as mentioned, for Red Lightning Racing. And you mentioned Brian Rodriguez's slow pit stop. He restarted back outside the top 25. Now he's up to 19th. So they had the slow pit stop. Maybe, Trey, they were doing some very, very big changes on that car. Maybe even something like under the wheel wells or under the hood of the 62 to make some adjustments. Now he's moving up nicely. He's moved up spots inside the top 20. He has more up the road, and I think that 62 definitely a lot better than it had been.
Yeah, so I definitely think that's a situation where it's a car that's built for qualifying, but not so much race pace, right? And adjustments, like you mentioned, turned into a race pace car, but at this point, is it too little too late to really get a good finish out of this? I mean, you mentioned that he's making his way through the field at a good time, but, you know, as the tires start to fall off and everyone else starts to slow down with them.
Nathan Stapleton from second. I think that's another mechanical issue.
What is going on?
Oh, my goodness.
What is going on with mechanical issues tonight?
If I'm Matt Tuck, I'm getting nervous. This is like unlike anything that I've ever seen.
I have no words.
That's 3 chasers that have had mechanical issues.
Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Well, no one's coming down the pit lane, so everyone thinks they can make it on fuel, and no one thinks that they've gone long enough on tires for it to make a difference at this point. So everyone will stay out, but another chaser. He was running in second place, Nathan Stapleton was. Mechanical issues. Laura Chung still leads this race. Let's go check out what happened. It's another caution for mechanical issue. Third one of the night. And it's a third chaser. That's down and out here at North Wilkesboro. The crazy night North Wilkesboro continues. Trey, here we come down the front stretch, and Nathan Stapleton blows a tire on that number 75, and it will be another car, another chaser that just comes to rest in the middle of the racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, it's just we're a decent amount of laps. Most laps we've been away from fresh tires, right? So that's definitely got to filter into it. You got to think of how much tire wear is playing a factor, as well if he was pushing it. As did you see how fast those cars were going around him?
Yeah, that was a...
Oh, was there contact in front of Lord Chung as well?
Yeah, there was. I think Drew Webb maybe hit some people. I mean, there was just a little bit of a stack up there, so there might have been some slight contact, but nothing worse for the wear for most of these guys out there. But Lord Chung still leads. Matt Tuck's up to second. The points leader is trying to keep himself in this race however way he can. All these chasers having issues around him, but it's two drivers that are going to be 1-2 in the championship if it ends like this. They're 1-2 on the racetrack. Lord Chung still leads here at North Wilkesboro. Back here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, the Bojangles 400 will restart this race with 20 laps to go. And Trey, you know, we were expecting maybe a little bit of a chaotic, crazy night. We were expecting it on the racetrack because of the racing. We have had 3 different mechanical issues for 3 different chasers. Now, Nathan has kept his car in the race. He's 40th place. He has fallen a lap down. He's at the back of the field. He does have some spots he can gain, but at the moment, Nathan's race is over pretty much in terms of the race victory. So, Lord Chung trying to get a max points night besides winning the pole with Matt Tuck. Started 11th. He's in second now. Bryce Egan, one of the fastest cars here, is in third. Philip Torrey's fourth. Top 5 is now Jude Martinelli, Eli Bright, Keegan Thompson, Zidell, Seaman, DeLello are the front 10. Matt Tuck jumps away with Lord Chung with 20 laps to go. He wants the lead. He wants the win. He wants to nearly lock up the championship before the final race of the season at the Fontana Speedway. He's on the bumper of Lord Chung down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4, looking lower than the driver of the 79. Chung slicks wide. Here comes Tuck. Can't get in the gas. He stays behind Chung for now, but they are bumper to bumper basically through turns 1 and 2 as Martinelli and Eli Bright still go at it for the top 5 spot.
Yeah, so now, you know, if you're Matt Tuck, you see that you came back from not the best starting position, and some things have gone your way as the 8 is on pit road looking at the right side of that car. But see, some things have gone your way, and all of a sudden you're in second place racing for the lead. He's going to be able to capitalize on it, get another win, and not solidify his first place, but make it a lot harder to beat.
Yeah, that's for sure. Lord Chung would still, you know, close in because she's winning this race right now. She's led a lap. She's on the way to lead the most times, so she can lead straight through to the end of this one. So at the moment, Laura would gain a good amount of points because first place does get a lot more than second. I believe it's 5 more points, and then she obviously get the 2 more for the bonus points. So she'll gain about 7 or so points on Matt Tuck and would make it at least a chance for Laura Chung to come back and win this championship. See, Johnny Cox out there came out of pit road. He's on fresher tires. Came out in front of Jude Martinelli. He'll try and pull away from the 94, not affect Martinelli's 5th place run at all at the moment. In fact, Jude's trying to get around Johnny Cox, so there might be some more issues on that number 8, rather than just whatever they came down pit road for. But at the moment, it is Lord Chung leading for Otter Island Motorsports, Vision Motorsports, with Matt Tuck in second, Bryce Egan in third. And then Philip Torrey's in 4th, another Otter Island car. Martinelli in 5th for Foss Autosport. Eli Bright for Me Motorsports is in 6th. Keegan Thompson for Toussaint is in 7th. Joshua Cox is a lap down. Then you have Zidell for EKH Enterprises in 8th. Max Davis is up to 9th for Vision. Top 10 is Jerry Chen for Southern Cross. Moving up very well through the field. Just got by William Seaman for that 10th place spot. They have DeLello trying to go for 11th on Seaman with Crown Jr. in 13th. Lathan Strickland started outside the top 30. He's moved up about 20 spots to 14th. Anthony Hernandez for 15th on Matthew Burnett. Then there's Brian Rodriguez, who once again fell back at the start from pole, had a very, very bad car, made some major adjustments on pit road with a slow pit stop. He restarted outside the top 25. Now he's up inside the top 20, looking for 15th, which is Burnett and Hernandez just in front. Gabe Willard, another chaser with Jack Haas there right now, 19th and 20th. Good runs for Red Lightning Racing really here. Bruno Diacono, Ludovic Charette, 21st, 22nd. Nathan Stapleton showing he has a fast car, but still stuck a lap down. He's gotten, I think, everyone. Yeah, he's one of the first cars 1 lap down besides the 2 that started up towards the front of the field. And there's the rest of the field as we go through. And there's Laura Chung leading by a second over Matt Tuck. Come back around to 11 laps to go. And, you know, Trey, with all the issues that have happened here tonight, do you think Matt Tuck is any bit paranoid about that race car? Maybe hearing some things that, you know, have been there all race long, but now that you're near the end of this race, you're running in second place, you're in a good spot for the championship. Would he be hearing anything that could be alarming to him?
Paranoid, let alone him being paranoid, Joe. I'm watching every one of these cars trying to figure out what's going to happen next. But no, 100%. I mean, you got to be, right? Luckily, at the moment, it's been none of your teammates, which is a good sign. But it's been 3 different teams, which, you know, is not the best thing to see, really. So we'll have to hopefully nothing happens in the last 10 laps. But, you know, if you're Matt Tuck right now, you can clearly see that Laura Chung is a faster car than you. Not really much you can do about that. You pretty much just got to try to hold on to your second place finish, you know, minimize the damage as much as possible from what Laura Chung is going to gain on you and go into the last race with everything you got.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So 8 laps to go for Matt Tuck, and Laura Chung out there leading the race. Matt Tuck trying to hang on for even, you know, a top 3 finish. Even if teammate Bryce Egan gets up 2 there, maybe he just lets him go and says, there's been way too much stuff going on here tonight. You take that spot, and I'll be just fine finishing up inside the top 3, top 5. Philip Torres having a great night in 4th, one of his better races as of late in the DeWalt Cup Series. Jude Bartonelli inside the top 5, once again showing that he and Full Auto Sport are a team to be reckoned with. And when they have the cars, when they have the pace, they really show out here. Eli Bright with one of his better runs late in the season, currently up in 6th. Keegan Thompson, the lone Tucson car, inside the top 10 after Jericho had his mechanical issues and Brian Rodriguez had his issues with the setup of his race car. Justin Zeidel inside the top 10 trying to fend off Max Davis, Jerry Chen, Zerka DeLello. I think a lot of these guys back here have a little bit quicker cars than Zeidel. 38 holding strong for now. You can see back here, Rodriguez trying to get every spot he can, but Nathan Stapleton's trying to get whatever he can by the end of this race. That number 75 on fresher tires, and obviously with the better race car, is flying by, guys. Rodriguez won 16th from Anthony Hernandez. The leaders have 5 laps to go, 2 seconds in hand for Laura Chung. It's looking like she'll enter into the final race of the season at the California Speedway with the mathematical shot at the championship, and she'll be the closest driver to Matt Tuck. If it stands like this, she will catch up to lap traffic, something to think about, but it's only 4 laps to go at the line for her.
Yeah, so unless something like really weird happens, I think she can just...
That's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think she could just pretty much do her own thing and really coast to the final laps here. But Joe, that not what you want to see if you're Laura Chung.
No, I mean, she wants these guys to be single file. She wants to get around them as clean as possible. Don't take any chances. She has 2 seconds in hand over Matt Tuck with 3 laps to go. I mean, you can easily give up half a second a lap and still come out on top at the checker flag. Chung gets around 2 lappers. It's Joe Henry Mathis Wells. 2 laps to go at the line. Matt Tuck still hanging tough there in second place ahead of teammate Bryce Egan. Laura Chung is going for yet another victory on the season. And, you know, if not for the issue at Rockingham where she was leading the race, going to win it, and then a tire went down, she would be in a massive championship position heading into the California Speedway race, the finale, the DeWalt 500. But here's the white flag. Laura Chung is going to take it one last time around the North Wilkesboro Speedway. She'll get around the lap car of Drew Webb, and she'll look for yet another victory in the DeWalt Cup Series 2025 season. She'll keep herself in the championship fight, but it will be a good bit to overcome because Matt Tuck had a great night, getting up to 2nd from 11th place starting spot. But it's Laura Chung coming off turn 4 to take the checker flag. She'll claim victory in the Bojangles 400 here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And championship points there, Matt Tuck extends the points lead with a 2nd place result here tonight. And look at this mess back here to the checker flag, all over the place. I mean, they were 2 by 2, about 3 rows deep right there for spots.
Yeah, that was a lot of cars there. That is in a very small group of people, right? But yeah, Laura Chung, Joe, once started out, where'd you start? 3rd?
Yep, started 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd. And then had some mysterious help along the way, I guess is the best way to say it. I don't know how else you really word that. And she's the one who comes out on top here tonight and could be looking at a possibility of winning this championship just a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what happened today. Mechanical issues out of driver's control. Could happen to Matt Tuck next time out at California. So Laura Chung, it is double-digit points that she has to make up, but it's very, very possible. You know, issues could happen, crashes could happen. You never know what could happen, especially when we go to a track like California. That could be a racetrack where stuff could go awry, and Laura Chung, she kept herself in with a fighting chance at least heading into the final race of the season. She did get to lead the most laps, so that'll be big for her conquest to get as many points as she could from tonight, and obviously winning the race even more points. So I'm sure she would have loved to have gotten pole to get a max points night, max points weekend, but overall it's good enough for Laura Chung to close in on Matt Tuck's points. Let's go check out now the finishing results and how the chase points look heading into the finale of the 2025 DeWalt Cup Series season. Here are how they finished from the Bojangles 400 at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Laura Chung does what she needs to do. She leads the most laps here tonight, gets the most points she could without winning pole, and she is the victor once again in the DeWalt Cup Series. Matt Tuck does what he needs to do here tonight, minimize points lost to Laura Chung, and got a lot of points over Jericho with the 54s issue. Tuck gains 9 spots to get to second at the checkered flag. Bryce Egan with a great comeback ends up in third. Philip Torres in fourth, and Jude Martinelli a top 5 for Fos Autosport. Eli Bright with a great run in sixth here tonight. Keegan Thompson, Justin Zidell, Max Davis, Jerry Chen complete the top 10, so great to see some non-chasers like Torres, Bright, Thompson, Zidell do very, very well. Even DeLello 11th, Seaman 12th, Crown Jr. 13th, Burnett 14th. Great drive back through the field for Rodriguez to get back up to 15th at the checker flag. Lathan Strickland moved up very well through the field to get to 16th. Hernandez, Gutierrez, also non-chasers inside the top 20, along with Gabe Willard, a chaser, and Jack Haas, a chaser. We look down below the top 20. Giacomo Charette, all 3 Red Lightning cars had pretty good nights here tonight. And Levi Schoen's a struggling night in 25th, kind of uncharacteristic for him. And we look down now below the top 30. Tegan Fox was the last car on the lead lap in 30th, and a few cars finished a lap down, one of them being Nathan Stipton with his tire issue. He ends up in 35th here tonight. And then we obviously know the bottom 2 finishers, Jericho and Spurley Tube, were out because of their issues, mechanical issues. Jericho was a suspension issue, and Riley Spurley Tube was an engine. They finished 41st and 42nd, and for Jericho, all but takes him out of the championship fight. As we now take a look at the point standings, it's down to really realistically between Matt Tuck and Laura Chung. There are 14 points between them. Anything can happen in that final race of the season, and if Tuck stumbles, Laura Chung can be there to pounce. Jericho is still in it technically, mathematically, in third. 45 points back, though. He'll need to win the race, get the most points, and have Matt Tuck really struggle, probably end up in a bottom 3 finisher for Tuck, and then Laura Chung would also need to be pretty poor off as well. And then Bryce Egan is in it, but nearly out of it. If he doesn't get pole, he's out of it. If he gets pole, he still has a shot. So, and Bryce Egan hasn't gotten a pole yet this season. So, realistically, it's mathematically it's a 3-driver race. Realistically, a 2-driver race for the championship between Matt Tuck, Laura Chung, 14 points between them heading into the final race of the season. Now we take a look at the team points. Vision Motorsports had all 3 cars finish inside the top 10 tonight, while Otter Island and Toussaint both had a car finished very poorly outside the top 30, and Vision has all but clinched now the team points. They have over a 100-point gap, and it'll be hard for anyone from Otter Island or Toussaint to make up that ground. They need all 3 Vision cars to perform very, very badly, and all 3 cars from Otter Island to perform very, very well next time out at the Fontana Speedway. So Dre, final thoughts from North Wilkesboro. It was a different type of craziness. We thought it'd be action on the racetrack, but instead it was action underneath the hoods of the cars. Suspension issue for Jericho, engine issue for Spurley Tube, and tire issue for Nathan Stapleton. Shakes up the whole championship picture in regards to Jericho.
Yeah, I mean, it was more of a test of the equipment than it was the drivers tonight, right? I mean, that was not what I was expecting at all. I thought it was just a fluke when we were, 3 laps in when Spurley Tube had his failure, right? And then it followed up with Jericho and then Stapleton. And I mean, just crazy, crazy stuff to go into the final race, Joe. And I can only imagine what's going to come out of that.
Yeah, the final race at the California Speedway could be a crazy one. That is next time out on JRTV, next Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll crown a champion in the first ever DeWalt Cup Series season. So tune in there. It'll be a fun one. We'll see if Matt Tuck can hold on or if Laura Chung can come from behind after her terrible start to the chase at Rockingham. Can she somehow claw back and get back into the championship fight? We'll see next time out on JRTV. Congratulations, though, to Laura Chung tonight. Benny Watson, Iron Motorsports team owner, on getting yet another victory in the DeWalt Cup Series 2025 season. For Trey Bardo, I'm Joe Rakowski. So long for the North Wilkesboro Speedway.